how you got first introduced into it through your dad and everything. At what point did you feel like we as a community are just a human being, we're failing in this space and not really taking it seriously?
I don't think there's enough unity among our people.
I agree.
You know, and we have to stick together, especially economic wise. See, the reason why Dr. King and Malcolm X and all of them was very successful back then, you know, they boycotted. They didn't just boycott one day. That was it. You remember it took Dr. King over a year to boycott the buses in Montgomery,
right?
You know, and things like that. So me personally, you could rally and protest all you want, but if we're not affecting people in the pocket, you're not a threat. And I just feel what's going on right now. Look at this thing going on with George Floyd.
Yeah.
You know, that situation. If we could just redirect our money to our own community, we'll be a force to be with because we have the money. We have it. It's just the fact we don't sacrifice. So that's New Order's main goal. We want to make sure that we kind of support our own. And I do understand they say, well, no, Black people's the worst one to take advantage of you, which I do understand, you know, and things like that. But when you have, we go into these Korean stores or these Asian stores and the way they treat our Black women, you know, we don't have no other choice because we don't really own our own business like we used to. So we need to go back to old school, how it used to be, you know, and things like that. So, but our young people that's out in the streets, I applaud them for protesting and rally, but we got to have an agenda. We got to start, first of all, voting. You know, that's another thing. You see what we did with Georgia, we turned it blue, but we still have a long way to go because you see what Governor Kemp just did to sign in a law about restricting voting. And you knew who was a target of because they're mad right now because the state went blue.
Yeah.
But we have to wake up. I require everybody to start doing research, read. Don't stay on no computer all day, you know, and things like that. That's why I kind of teach my grandson at the age of 6, you know, I have to show him now. I take that very serious, you know, but it's just all about working together and showing unity and stop the Black on Black crime. I always say, how can we fight the enemy if we keep fighting ourselves?
That's
you know, we get upset when somebody else do something, but I have did many things when Black people killing Black people. I don't know if you remember the case, the little 9-year-old little girl named Shakur.
Yeah.
Yes, I was the first person went public and said enough is enough, you know, and it was an outcry, but why we wasn't in the streets marching for that? You know what I mean? But we say Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter when we kill each other too, right?
It does. I agree.
I know the system is not set up for us. I know it's different when it comes to the system. Yeah. But if we're killing each other, we got to be just as angry. That's just my opinion.
So you said a lot, and I want to go back.
I apologize if I'm saying too much.
No, because this is all good. No, this needs to be. It needs to be said. It needs to be put in place. But what I want to go back to is what you mentioned about voting. So, correct. I did a podcast about politics a couple of months back during the whole the election period, right? And so the current event now of what Governor Kemp has done in Georgia, and then also a young lady being an actual political official being arrested for knocking on the door.
Oh, can I comment on that?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Oh, man, you knock on the door, but then you can go to the Capitol in D.C. No one look like us, break windows, knock down doors, very disrespectful, and no one gets killed, no one get murdered, they finally arrested people. But can you imagine, Sharon, let's speak real now, this is your podcast. If that was me and you went to the Capitol, it'd have been dead bodies everywhere. CNN wouldn't have been live. It's called the word white privilege.
Right.
But this lady just go to the door, which is her right, didn't disrespect, didn't scream, knocking on the door, want to know what bill are you signing? She didn't break no law, and you get arrested?
Right.
Right now, we live in 2 different Americas right now.
But I feel like, Mr. Rose, we've been always living in 2 different Americas. Just based upon, I recently did my lineage, and so I was able to trace my mother's side all the way back to Port-au-Prince. And I was able to pull some of my father's side, leading all the way back to Congo, right? So I'm split. I have a free family because my mom's side they were free. They lived in Louisiana. They built in Louisiana, started everything in Louisiana, and they were free people. None of them were ever slaves. My dad's side of the family, unfortunately, were bought over and were dispersed in the South, pretty much. And so my being, what makes me angry is all of this at one point belonged to us, because all of us are not descendants of slaves. Because if we all do our lineage, we'll find out the majority of our people are already here. Our land was stolen, our civilization was stolen, everything was stolen. And so that's when the two worlds started, because at one point we were inviting these people in to celebrate, to do whatever with us, to help them navigate, and then it all went left. And so for me, it's always been that way. And so it just intensified once I found my lineage and found out a lot of things and about what we owned, how we moved, how we built civilization. And I agree with you that we do need to go back to old school where we own again, right? Well, we dominate financially. And it's not that we can't do it. It's just that we have to be more organized, and there are a lot of things that we have to work through. But I wanted to piggyback off of that, and we are living in two different worlds. And then also my question to you in regards to voting, and even with the current event of what Governor Kemp has done, how do we empower people that see things like that and be like, there's no reason for me to vote because they're going to do whatever they want to do anyway?
You know what? When I hear that, I cannot accept that. I go back how, we died to vote. We recognize John Lewis and stuff and all that. I know it's a different era, but it proven vote does prove, because look what happened to the state of Georgia. Look at Cobb County alone. I have never thought it'd be that many Black elected officials, a Black sheriff, a Black district attorney, a Black female, a chairwoman, so it does work. It's just the fact when you get in office, I hate when people get caught up in scandals. You know what I'm saying? That's why you hear that, especially, well, they got all them crooks in office. I do understand. If you make a bad decision, it's like organization. We're 501c3. We got all our docs in order. I don't play that. You have to, because when you're in public office, everybody's watching you. You know what I mean? So it's very important, but we can't have an attitude that voting does not work. It does work. You know what I'm saying? We got 45 out of office, and things like that. It must work because now they talking about the election was stolen. It wasn't stolen. So it does work. We can line up and buy all these Air Jordans and stuff like that, just line up. We need to line up and vote, and it happened. We have to believe in our people. I would never give up on my people. Sometimes I question my people, especially even on social media. I use social media wisely. It's called the word networking. I don't want to know about your personal life. I don't want to see a picture of food. What is that in pleasing? We need to use social media as networking because it's exposing the corruption, the ongoing racism that's going on in this country. I get frustrated when I see videos. I'm sorry if I'm off the agenda.
Oh, no. Keep going.
When I see videos, we fighting each other, you know what I'm saying? Disrespect and all that. I'm saying, you know what? If I was just on social media as Gerald Rose, I get out of it quick because it's messy. But I use it because it kind of helped us out on our platform, and it helped us to go nationwide. And I can do videos. I can look at this. We doing this interview, this social media. So some people are using it wisely. I really appreciate the platform that you're giving to get the real news out there. And you telling me you did your research of your family history. Now I need to do that. I know, you know what I'm saying? So that's very important. Now you got me want to do that. So I really applaud you on that.
Oh yeah, thank you. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of times I didn't go to sleep. I was up till 2-3 o'clock in the morning, just pulling things together, going through the tree and everything. But I do employ that everyone do that because a lot of the history that they taught us is not really our history. And